Alright, so, I wanted to do this, okay? Look, I know I can't really resist Tekken, so, considering that this is gonna be the last season of regular show, since Season 8 is the last season of regular show, I decided to reinstall Tekken 3, okay? Now you got 2 days of Tekken 3. 3 if I do the rest of Season 8 tomorrow. Hi, Cannon Speller. Welcome to the stream. And once again, playing Tekken 3. I know because it kind of gets repetitive with Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, so I kind of got Tekken 3 here, my childhood game to play while I'm talking about regular show. Keep in mind, I'm still going to be doing gameplay of Tekken 3 while I'm talking about regular show. I'm not going to talk about that many episodes because I got to save like the rest of that for tomorrow. So I'm going to do from One Space Day at a Time to Operation Hear No Evil. Or I might get the Space Escape if I feel like it. One Space Day at a Time is a follow-up to Rigby's graduation day. Everyone's up in space, they're like panicking, they want to get out, then they need to form a plan to go away from space, but all it does is cause chaos. The attempts fail. They do not put them in any shape or form. It just kind of gets a little bit confusing to think about. But it's a regular show, and they're in space. It really counts that it's actually tolerable. At least it kind of goes up a little bit. They're going to find space parts or something. I mean, Mordecai was just playing with space cards. I mean, it's really nice. And it's a good, it makes the episode very good to watch. Just a second. I forgot to change the difficulty. Keep in mind that this is once again mobile Tekken 3. And it's a very laggy, buggy mess. Even when it's not streaming, it's still gonna be all laggy and everything. Not to mention that this game resets every time. Every time I reinstall this, or whether or not I just click out of there and go back to my wallpaper, it resets itself. I think mainly because this is a mod, there's no memory card in here, then I guess this sort of counts. Maybe it's just basically, as we get to the episode, I mean, this one part in the episode where Mordecai's talking to Rigby, saying that he misses Earth or something like that. So what are they gonna do in their lives now that they're up in space? Like their lives are round different, and Mordecai Rigby has Eileen, and he's like kind of like a little bit sad about it. So as we all know, there's no reception up in space, there's no cell phone service, so they try to go to that satellite to get some service. And I think the space carts run out of fuel, and they weren't able to move. Hi, Mitchie, I thought you weren't doing this anymore. Well, I wasn't. But then I said to myself, well, what the heck? I think people are sick and tired of watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. I just wanted to reinstall Tekken 3. I just can't resist it. This game is just for me. Like I said, it's the first game I ever played, and Tekken 3 is like a mirror image of my childhood. Yes, you got Pokemon, like, well, I like Pokemon, and I also played Crash Bandicoot, but Tekken 3 was like the prime example of why I had a PlayStation 1 in the first place. Not just because of Crash Bandicoot, but for me to brush up on my fighting skills when it comes to fighting games that I can legitimately enjoy. And Tekken 3 is no exception. Yes, it makes it faster, yes, it lags a lot, but it's still Tekken. It's the original. And I'm kind of happy that I'm still able to play this while still doing regular show episodes. Though, okay, now I remember. But then there's like a message they get on their phone saying trust no one, and then they're like paralyzed. At least the card is. So Muscle Man and High Ghost have to save them, but they accidentally launch missiles at them, and then Mordecai and Rigby are like, "Are you trying to kill us?" Oh, I need to turn my volume down. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Sorry, everybody. Is that better? Sorry, I just wanted to, yeah. So, basically, you know that episode, and, yeah, One Space Day at a Time is a good episode. I mean, it does lead to some other, plot twist, but that's, like, in the next episode, Cool Brobots. If you haven't heard me say anything about One Space Day at a Time, I forgot to mention that there's this one scene in the episode where they go into this room and all the characters are like in goldfish form and like, yeah, they're orange, and it's just odd seeing Mordecai's face on a fish and also Rigby and Benson and all those other characters. Like, it's just so weird, but it works. And it's kind of at the same time adorable to watch. And I can't believe I just said that. But it makes it adorable to watch. Just the atmosphere of the show itself when it's trying out new things. When J.J. Quitzel said that it's going to forever change the franchise, I think they actually made a more different alternate style of regular show while still keeping it like same characters but in space. And Steven Universe is also doing this in space thing as well. I mean, like, other shows have done it also, like in SpongeBob Mooncation, they do go up into space. Like, cartoons, when they go up into space, it's either if they jump the shark or to improve in their quality and actually make it a pretty good season to watch. To me, it just makes it really awesome. With Cool Robot, it kind of looks very predictable, but at the same time, it kind of doesn't. Yes, we know that the robots cannot be trusted, but it kind of makes it at a point where it might fool us. Maybe they're not such bad guys, but like they need to do that whole Gravity Falls thing. Oh, trust nobody. Then I'm like, yeah, and then Mordecai and Rigby disguise themselves as robots while wearing tinfoil. Like, it works, but and I just got beat by Neon. It doesn't matter. I only got 3 points to take out left, thanks to Law. Hey, maybe I should start using Law more often. So yeah, it turns out those robots are bad, and they're just doing that as cover, and then they're fighting and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it's regular show, and you know stuff like that's gonna happen. Next episode, they go to this space academy with Rolls. I think it's their commanding officer or whatever. It's not Ross, it's Rolls. That's how you pronounce it. So, yeah, they're given, like, tips and advice and information about their mission here in space, and that they were brought here for a reason. This wasn't just all a big mistake or anything like that. They have a purpose here, and it's kind of explained in a very cool kind of way, but Benson, on the other hand, just wants to go back to Earth. Like, he doesn't want to be in space. He wants to be back. He wants to be with Pam. He wants to be with people. Like, he just doesn't want to be in space doing nothing. And the game's lagging on me. Yeah, so he's given the opportunity to go back, but when he does, he realizes that he made a terrible mistake and he wants to come back. Those characters do give him a tape before he goes, but it's like more of like them saying thank you for being here for us and we hope you enjoy life on Earth. But here's the twist. It was actually like a daydream sort of sequence. Like, he wasn't really going into space or he wasn't really going back to Earth. It was just more like a daydream sort of thing. So, like, was the episode not worth it? Or was it like, I don't know, it's just kind of confusing when you think about it. It's a regular show, but the only reason why I'm not really talking about this one this much is, well, I've already seen this episode, and there's not really much to talk about other than the fact that Benson wants to go back to Earth. Space creds is more interesting. I just like space creds. I mean, Mordecai and Rigby want to get these rocket boots, and because it can help them fly and stuff like that, and they need, like, space creds. I think it's the Space's way of saying money, or, like, credits or whatever. Now, that was pretty much the awesome streak I ever had. More wins with Law, less wins with Harong, but he was the one that stayed out. I mean, when you calculate the results, at the same time, Harong still helps me win the fight. Okay, how about I mix it up a little bit? How about I have, her be first, then it could be Jin, that could be Paul, then Lei, King, then I'll have, Eddie. I'll have that skull face right there, and then I'm gonna have the wrong for last. Save the best for last. Now, with space creds, they're actually given the opportunity to get more space creds if they do this task, which is to help this woman locate her husband inside this plant monster. Oh great, now this references little house or pet or like whatever shop of horrors. I mean, it kind of looks like that way because it's like a literal plant monster. It's just how I see it. So yeah, they reference Ghostbusters, and there is a really cute line that Mordecai says in this episode, and I literally get pumped every time I hear that line. It just makes me laugh every time, and it's like, I'm like, wait, Mordecai really said that? When they're like about to be devoured by that beast, Mordecai is like, dude, get your elbow out of my face! And that was Mordecai saying that. That was literally the Blue Jay who uttered out those words. So, I guess this episode kind of works out, other than the fact that there's actually some kind of golden jewel inside, or some kind of necklace that she was wanting to get. Just to let you know, you have to download the memory card file if you want to save. Oh! Well, I'm not gonna have this for long. It's doing something to, like, my phone. Like, it's kind of making apps slow down, and, like, I'm, like, unable to, like, record at actual speed for my actual videos because I only had, like, 2 minutes on that thing. Because Tekken 3 is taking up so much space, I'm unable to do anything except these live streams. That's why I need to get rid of this thing as soon as possible once Season 8 of regular show is done. Then I can go back to standard Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links and Pokemon Duel and regular arcade. At least those games, that way I'll be able to play the game and don't have to worry about the lags, because those games don't lag. This one does, for live streams. I don't know, why do I keep doing that move? I don't know what it is. But anyways, yeah, they do get their space creds. That woman gets her husband back and somewhat that necklace. So they do get those boots, but they're unable to control them. So now, that's like it, I guess. Oh, what? She did it again? What kind of strategy is that? You know. I mean, yes, I won, but why does Nina have to keep doing that move? I just pressed, like, the right directional button, and then she just literally grabs her opponent and just, like, breaks their leg, and they're still up and going. Like, is that move, like, worthless or something? So, yeah, as you can tell right now, both One Space Day at a Time, Cool Robots, Welcome to Space, and Space Creds are all good episodes. As much as they do have some odd concepts, they kind of actually make them work. This season is like taking some ideas that wouldn't actually work, but actually working with them in the first place. That's what makes this season so good. Taking ideas which aren't actually considered to be interesting, but make them something. Like Lost and Found, for example. This guy loses... Oh, and you might want to get a 32 GB micro SD card for your phone so you can put a ROM space. I'm not going to keep this, man. This is only for regular show season 8 review. Now, going back to the episode, this guy loses his wallet. It's like on some kind of mantis planet, and they need to go to that planet to get it back while avoiding, like, those insects, because all they do is eat nothing but grubs and other insect food. So I do say that it's pretty much food in a bandicoot's diet. Like, literally, that's what all bandicoots eat. I think Mordecai, despite him being a bird, I mean, I know he's anthropomorphic, he acts more like a human than an animal, but these are also foods that Blue Jays can eat. I don't get why that he's, like, literally disgusted by eating this. I mean, I can tell the reason why, but there's no reason to just actually go with it. I mean, I'm sure he's able to eat that stuff, like, maybe off-screen, but maybe it's the way that the mantises prepare the food, I guess. Round. But, you know I just watched it because, you know, it's got that whole bugs with guns. At least that's what Rigby says. He's like the one that says that. I mean, yeah, yes, it's cool, bugs with guns, but that's not literally what the episode's about. They just need to pretend that they're eating the food so that way they can get that lost item. That's literally the whole thing. Like, it doesn't get really boring to me. It just kind of gets borderline. Whoa! Dude, did you see that? Double KO! Draw. Dude, did you see that? Double KO in modded version of Tekken 3.
Fight.
Okay, that was just cool. Why did I get a double KO of all things? That's kind of cool. You haven't seen those like you get in a team battle. Like you're really close to beating an opponent, and the next thing you know, they launch an attack, and then you get to launch the attack back at them. That's right. Wasn't that awesome how I did that double KO? I guess the next fight will determine who actually was supposed to in that fight. So yeah, Lost and Found. I kind of find it kind of ridiculous that the matches will have a thrust and just because the offers I mean, yes, in matches tradition, it is kind of their tradition whenever someone offers her food, it's to make them her mate. I guess that's a kind of interesting concept, but when put in practice, most people don't see it like that, but at least Mordecai does kind of get someone, I mean, it may be a bug, something that birds eat, but it still kind of works here, right? This does. So yeah, they do get the wallet, and they escape from that, and, like, yeah, it's like a modern regular service episode. Like, it's still good. Now, I don't know what to say about Ugly Moods, considering the fact that a rival space station is pranking them. Like, Muscleman has to do this prank in order to get them back. When it comes to him, he's like the master when it comes to all pranking. No one really considers it a good episode. It is Tekken anyway. Sorry, my brother just got home.
Sit next to your husband.
Fight!
Brian, I mean, Daniel, do you want to sit next to me? Daniel, sit next to me. Hey! Front and center! Alright. So my brother just got home from school. So, going back to that episode, there's nothing to say about it, but it's still a good episode. Let's just say right here that Toothy Sally is like the Jasper of regular show. You know Jasper from Steven Universe? She kind of sounds like her, acts like her, like she's like rude and everything. But that's not good. That's ungood. The Dream Warrior is kind of like Sleep Fighter, but with pops instead of and we got lagging once again. Lagging. That's not good. That's not good.
Round.
So yeah, it is kind of like Street Fighter, except instead of these little cuddly creatures, you get these aliens that everyone has to fight, like in the dream world. Oh great, now I get a double battle, or like a quadruple battle, or like a clone. This always happens. But still, that was pretty cool. I got a double KO. I still can't stop thinking about it. Now, let's get to the episode, which is the most oddest and weirdest thing ever in regular show. The Brain of Evil. And I'm pretty sure people who've seen my review don't actually like it because they consider it not to be like a really good episode. And King is going to beat me with that really special move. Figures he would do that. There's no way I could have beaten that mirror image when it comes to that.
Round. Fight.
That was a misunderstanding. I wasn't really supposed to know that combo right there. He just went all out on that cat. Alright. So oh yeah, also I forgot to mention in Dream Warrior, this is the first debut of Anti-Pops, where it kind of ends on like a little cliffhanger. The negative version of Pops. That's all I gotta say. That's like what we got for the episode of Dream Warrior. Now the Brain of Evil kind of starts off with Mordecai Rigby going to this restaurant, and this guy says like, "Welcome to the chow mein gift shop." I don't know, it's just how they say it. Oh my, how he says it just makes it really funny to watch. And the thing that Mordecai actually touches an item in there, even though he's told not to touch it. And then the guy's like, "Did you touch something?" And then Mordecai's like, "Oh no, I just dropped my space creds." Yeah, and then Rigby finds this thing inside a cage, and you're gonna be surprised because that's the name of the episode. The Brain. It's voiced by Wallace Shawn, and we all know who Wallace Shawn is. He's the guy that lent his voice to be the T-Rex in the Toy Story movies, as well as the principal in Goof Troop, and that boss guy in The Incredibles. We all know this guy, and he does a really awesome performance. Like, I didn't know that was him until, I mean, the way he delivered his lines, it felt like it didn't really sound like him at first, but then it's like, oh yeah, that's Wallace Shawn as a brain. And here's the thing. Warning, this episode contains a blue jay that kind of consumes salad to the maximum. I mean, this is what Mordecai does when he's talking to Rawls about how to capture this brain or whatever. I need a bowl of salad. And he literally spends, like, almost the entire episode eating a salad. I'm like, why is Mordecai eating a salad? I get in Rigby's body that he was like supposed to eat salad because he's eating too much junk food, but I don't get it. Why is he like consuming greens? It's kind of cute and all, but I mean, I do have screenshots of Mordecai like eating that salad, and he was even a wallpaper on it one time. But then I realized its true purpose. That salad bowl was just to capture that brain. The whole premise was just this whole chess game, and well, no surprise, we already know who's like the victor. There's no reason to talk about it. So yeah, it's a good episode. And Fry's Night is flat out adorable. I mean, Benson has just Mrs. Pam, and he's not really functioning really well. And Mordecai Rigby just suggests that he should just go get fries. Crispy, golden, delicious, shoestring! Yeah, there's, like, it's just flat out adorable. What's not adorable is they're cut out for the rest of the episode. Of course, not many people remember this, but this is one of the few episodes where Mordecai and Rigby don't really serve a purpose. They're just there in the beginning, and then the rest of the episode is about, Benson, with this Roxy, who's like a rock preparing fries. This show literally, like, takes it to the maximum when it comes to taking odd ideas. It's just so weird. Like, it works, but it's weird at the same time. Like, I don't know how regular shows are able to do this. It's just, wow. I mean, the chemistry, I really thought that Benson and Roxy were made for each other. I mean, yes, she's a rock. She's literally a rock with a face. Hey, Patrick, I think I found Rocky's girlfriend. It's a rock, but it's a regular show. Don't let Patrick Q say that. So yeah, this episode is just adorable. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you go see it. In Spacey McSpace Tree, this mascot is a Christmas tree. Literally. Without any decorations. Like, that's all he is. A mascot, and he has to help Rigby pass a test. Though his intentions don't really mean much harm, but he's kind of actually hurting Rigby's friends when it comes to doing that stuff. Like, especially Mordecai. Kind of up there. Oh, wrong. I'm better with him. So, yeah.
Round.
Space Tree is a good episode, though people would say otherwise. There are some people that like it, there are some people that don't like it. I mean, it's their own opinion, but I think Space Tree is a really good episode, despite its flaws. And, you know what, I'm just gonna do, I don't want to have another double KO, so I'm just gonna do survival mode. I mean, it doesn't say not to. Now, can you hear me now? This is a hilarious episode, and people say it's boring, people say it's bad, but is Can You Hear Me Now a bad episode? No, it's not. Yes, it's kind of odd knowing that Mordecai would be trying to make noise on a planet inhabited with ears with mouths. How so odd. This game is getting all glitchy and everything. The lag is coming in. You can see it like from the video. I got you from behind. Ow. Every time I do that move, it's like the camera pans behind Haram. It doesn't make sense. So yeah, Can You Hear Me Now is like basically a jury kind of episode, like in Cool Bikes, that Mordecai Rigby do something wrong and they need to get sent to a court in space, like, except it's a different kind of judge. The judge is literally a guy with a mouth. An ear with a mouth is what I'm saying. So yeah. I mean, it's kind of cool knowing that Benson wouldn't actually rat out on Mordecai Rigby making all that noise, considering that they say, oh, almost all the time in like a lot of episodes. He like literally says, no, they don't make noise. And then Rigby's girlfriend, Eileen, really makes an awesome line in this episode because she actually says something like, Rigby always says, stop talking. And then that bad ear over there is saying, how does he say it? And then Eileen's like, stop talking! She says it literally just like what Rigby does. And keep in mind, I say Rigby's girlfriend, Eileen, because they're currently a couple now. And I'm going to say that. I will. So basically, they're guilty, but then they're not guilty because that the ear was dirty and the water guns that they were using actually cleaned it. I kind of think of it's kind of a little bit heartwarming, at least throughout the hook. They didn't really do anything wrong, so I think that's a good thing that they were pleaded innocent after that. Now, stuck in an elevator. I know, people. This is basically like that Teen Titans Go episode, Cage Tiger. But this one does it a little bit better than that episode. I mean, Mordecai Rigby gets stuck in an elevator while on their way to... Daniel, do you mind? Okay, as I was saying, Mordecai Rigby gets stuck in an elevator while trying to get to a fist pump concert in space. Because they were in rehab and now they're going to be playing again. Last time they couldn't watch Fist Pump because in caffeinated concert tickets, they fall asleep because of all the work they were doing, and they couldn't stay awake for the show. They slept through the whole show, and it was pretty much pointless. Not the episode itself, but their attempts of watching the show were pointless. So here we got Mordecai upset and everything, but then he's like kind of a little bit not really upset, but he was kind of a little bit homesick. I mean, dude, you still have the home, you're still at the house, and you're literally like, wait, are you still in the house? Oh. Now I forgot. Are they? No, I don't think they are. He just says he misses Earth. That's what he says. And he's kind of like sadly singing this song by Fist Pump. And then Rigby's like, no, we're not missing Fist Pump again. So then they actually find a way out of there, and there's this blind bat who at first comes an antagonist, but then later becomes a friend, and actually escorts them over to the Fist Pump concert. That's really nice. And I actually want to give props. They actually see a Fist Pump show. You could tell that this episode was meant to be something, and it's actually an improvement. Something better than Teen Titans Go's Cage Tiger. Because at least you could say in that episode, Cyborg, Beast Boy, and Robin are trapped in an elevator while, I think Raven and Starfire are kind of like bonding with their nemesis, Dr. Light, who isn't really actually like a villain himself, but his real name, Arthur, shows him all the good he can do, and he decides he wants to be a good person, but I don't think that would actually work. If bad guys were good people, that would kind of like destroy the premise, so... that's not what makes the episode work. Anyway, going back with regular show, we go to Space Race. Now, I said in my other review, I called it Space Racers because I think it's a better way of saying what the name of that episode is. The Space Racers, or the Space Race. I'm gonna lose again. Oh, wait, no, I'm not. Oh, that's a good thing I didn't lose. So yeah, the space race, they get a high score on a racing game, and then there's this race that's gonna go on, and Rawls wants them to race and win, so that way he can, like, feel that milk on his body. And I'm like, the first time watching it, I'm like, wait a minute, is this an adult joke? JJ Quinzel, this is a kid show. But now I'm understanding. Regular shows for everybody. They need to have those kind of jokes, and I guess that works right here. But did it have to be, like, so odd? But here's something that's kind of odd about this episode. It's not that joke alone, but the whole premise. Space race, that whole entire race is basically a death race. And I'm pretty sure Jen kind of executed that blow really well. Yeah, so the space race in general is just a death race. People actually die. Like, their machines explode, they're like frozen, and they kind of explode as well. Like it's overall violent, and it's pretty much the regular show version of Demolition Doofus. Now, allow me to explain. Demolition Doofus has SpongeBob, a main character, pitted against people in vehicles, and they crash into each other, but also some are like in actual pain. Here in regular show's premise, however, what they're showing is the complete opposite. They're not just injured. They actually showed the deaths of other people combated against those people in the race. And I can tell that regular show kind of went on Uncle Grandpa kind of animation styles when it came to the faces that Mordecai and Rigby did when they were like in fast motion in the vehicles. So yeah, big surprise, they win, and end of the episode. I would forgive this episode, but I couldn't just stand the overall violent atmosphere that it gave. But as much as it's violent, it's not an irregular episode. Why? Well, it's kind of a little bit creative. I mean, sometimes people don't survive those kind of car crashes, or they actually go into elements that will help them survive. Like, it's kind of a little bit understandable. Though it is kind of violent, it's kind of understandable that it can actually go down that road. And most people might agree with me, while others won't. So, Operation Hear No Evil. For a second there, I thought it was Ear No Evil, but no. Mordecai and Rigby are trying to avoid spoilers because they want to watch this marathon of some kind of show, and then they get to that finale, and they try their best to avoid spoilers. Now, this episode alone is kind of resembling people in real life. Nobody likes spoilers. They want to prefer to watch the show or movie without any kind of information or whatever spoilers spewed out of their mouth. Like, it's annoying. Just stop. Spoilers are bad. And this episode kind of gives us a Operation Hear No Evil kit, where it gives us some strategies on how to avoid spoilers by wearing headphones, by going ah la 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 la, in other case, just doing whatever Mordecai and Rigby do in order to avoid those spoilers. So yeah, I know they were supposed to vacuum the floor, but they're kind of distracted because they're binge watching all the other episodes. I mean, every single episode from that show until the finale. That's what they're trying to watch. Even when you have people who legitimately watch shows and they miss episodes, they don't want to hear spoilers. This is why reactions are up and they kind of avoid those. This is why shows like both Star vs. the Forces of Evil and Steven Universe have reactions and people have not seen them. If they accidentally click on that, they're given a glimpse of what the episode looks like, and it's not clickbait, it's the real thing. And even after, Cartoon Network with that terrible Cartoon Network app, they have those episodes for free online, full episodes before they air on TV, which is the reason why Cartoon Network is dying in the first place. They legitimately feel like their app is doing all the work, when in reality they're not even showing effort into putting most of their shows in the lineup, and instead just have modern day ones shoved down our throats. But at least this year now, they're kind of making a change. They're not airing Teen Titans Go too much. Adventure Time is back in the lineup because it's going to die this year, or whether or not it's going to get reruns is a mystery. So, yeah, they don't get any spoilers. Eileen records the thing on VHS, I think, and then Mordecai and Rigby something about some kind of cat show that Benson watches that he doesn't want spoilers to. Oh wait, Benson's back to liking cats now? So yeah, they're just about to watch the thing until someone comes in there and spoils the whole episode for them. Now it's too late. They can't watch it. They heard about it and they don't want to watch it anymore. This is why spoilers are bad. I mean, you could like plug your ears, but you gotta feel sad for Mordecai and Rigby. It is sad, and they never got a chance to watch the episode. Because when they actually get to the place where the VHS is, at the same time, they're confronted by Benson. And they make that deal whether or not he can go watch his series finale of that cat show. When they're just about to watch theirs, they can't because some random guy in there just blurted out a spoiler. So they should have used their kit for that, but why they didn't is a mystery to me. Now, Space Escape. Anti-Pops is on a rampage, and he's like literally like attacking the ships and stuff like that, and the Park gang have to escape. Their training is complete, and now they need to go find a new place to hide. Some other shelter. I think Toothpick Sally's also with them, or maybe it's just them alone. Yeah, so it's like, that's literally the episode. Now, new beds, I guess they need to get new beds for, like, some kind of, I think, for where they're staying. It's just kind of odd. I can't really remember this. I don't know if it's either Tekken 3 or if my memory's kind of a little bit flowing. All I know is that they need to go get some kind of bed there, because I think maybe their old beds got destroyed in some kind of laser thing, and there's actually some thing going on. I guess that's like either a good sign or a bad sign.
Are you guys playing?
I'm streaming right now. Okay. Now, about Morty and Rigby, I would say this is the Squid Bob Tentacle Pants of regular show. That's all I gotta say. That's literally what it is. The whole entire plot, like, from start to finish. So, basically, the whole thing is, it's from them finding a machine, and they kind of, like, form into, like, fusions. Like, Mordecai's got Rigby's tail, and then, Rigby's got Mordecai's tail, and then you got Muscle Man here saying, "Dudes, what happened to your butts?" I don't know. It's just so hilarious, that episode. And most people don't really like this. I mean, it's not really like Squid Bob Tentacle Pants. I mean, yes, Mordecai and Rigby aren't actually fused together. They just have some parts of their body into them. Though there is one thing in this episode I need to point out, though, Muscle Man is in charge of that machine, and Mordecai and Rigby are, like, messing around. They do go back in that machine, but now Mordecai is shorter and Rigby is taller. And then Mordecai's like, "Dude, that's even worse." And then Rigby's like, he kind of likes his new body, and he's like making a shout out to Don. And then Mordecai's like, "Look at me, dude, I'm a short, tiny freak." And then Rigby's like, "Oh, so that's what you think about me? Oh, come on, dude, I didn't mean it. Oh, I know what you meant. You just don't like being in my shoes. I just want to be me again. It's not fair." So yeah, it kind of feels like a little bit of a comeuppance to episodes, but I don't think Mordecai had to deserve that. You do feel the torment and pain that Mordecai's in. He can't stand being in that body, and he's kind of unable to run because of how stubby Rigby's legs are. He even says it himself. "Stupid stubby legs." That's what he says. So, I will admit, he wasn't deserving of it in this episode, but considering that he does deserve it due to episodes like Jinx, It's Time, Return of Mordecai, and the Rigbys, then I do agree that Mordecai does actually accept that, but just not for this episode. So yeah, he's caught, and, well, Rigby's caught, and then Muscle Man helps them try to unfuse, but now, yeah, Mordecai's back to being back to normal, but now Rigby has both forms of both Muscle Man and Mordecai, up to the point where now he's, like, virtually unstoppable, like, literally. Now they need to go plant a trap in order to stop him, and even that alone is, like, bait. Like, they use bait like a basketball sort of thing, because Rigby couldn't make a hoop. We've seen bank shot. He does make a shot in there. So I don't know why it makes sense that he's not able to do it. Though, he does fall into that trap. He's turned back to normal. And he doesn't make the shot. Like, I don't understand. This episode just... It's good, but kind of a little bit confusing. We saw bank shot. I don't know if Rigby kind of lost the skill of being good at basketball, or whether or not this kind of connects well to bank shot. But like I said, he has been really good at basketball before, and it doesn't really make sense that they would actually go this route and saying, oh, Rigby's terrible at basketball, when in reality he wasn't. Now, Alpha Dome, I think it's another one of those episodes where the main characters are like kind of confronted, and it's kind of like old Western, not really Western, but some kind of history, and aw man, he got me. I know. I mean, yes, they think of them as threats, and they kind of like want to start a fire or something like that, but Alpha Dome is probably those episodes where you need to watch it in order to understand, because I only watched the episode like one time or maybe twice, but it's just, I wouldn't say it's bad. I'm just saying this episode is kind of really odd with the torches and stuff like that. I mean, yes, Mordecai are in it, and also Skips, but it didn't feel very regular showish. And keep in mind when I say that, despite it being a good episode, it's got a good atmosphere and it's got a good plot, but most of the other characters don't really have much screen time in there. That's what kind of like really destroys it. Oh no! He's got my leg! Let go of me, you monster! Let go! Now, with Terror Tales of the Park, the final one, I think it's 6. Yeah. I know there's like 3 stories, but people say this is the weakest out of all of them. I wouldn't say it's the weakest. It's not the weakest out of all of them, though. I will say the flying frisbee players or something like that. I don't know, it's just like really odd. But the way Rigby said that he thought about one of his worst fears, the amusement park mascot, then yeah, I understand. Brian, please. It's okay. Yeah, and also, I think DeGrasse Tyson actually makes an appearance in this episode. Something about the spaghetti formation. I'm not going to talk about the other stories because I kind of think the one that Skips told is really hilarious. I mean, all the others are good too, but this is the one I like always love watching a lot. Especially on reruns. No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not complaining. I said it's okay. My brother's acting. What? She's doing it again. She's doing that special move on King. Yeah. Not you, Mom. I'm talking about Nina.
I need you to go out.
Charge! What? I don't mind. I just want to get this season over, so I'm not really going to talk about it for, like, the whole episode. So, the ice tape, they need to go find this tape, so that way it's going to talk about Pops' origins or something like that. Yeah, it's actually really heartwarming and also sad at the same time. I can't believe I'm saying this, but regular show just has those moments where it can actually show some really heartwarming episodes and really sad episodes. And also, there's also people that hate this episode too. So it kind of makes the episode more epic and more sad every time people watch it. Like, it leaves some sorrow in there. And let's not forget... No. Just no. I guess I'm just gonna end part 1 right here, because I'm kind of, doing my Tekken 3 right here. No, I'm gonna go end it right here. I'm just gonna end it right here now. I'm gonna do part 2 later on, so stay tuned for that. Just be glad I actually did that, double KO earlier. That was, like, hilarious, people, was it?